Daniel used to wake up at noon, broke, exhausted, angry at the world. Every promise he made to himself died before sunrise. But one morning, something happened that terrified him. He looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the man staring back. That was the moment he realized his life was collapsing in silence, but the next discovery changed everything. Most people thought Daniel was lazy. Even his closest friends laughed when he talked about changing his life. But what nobody knew was that Daniel was fighting a private war inside his head every single night. A war between comfort and the person he desperately wanted to become. And one decision would push him into darkness he never expected. At 2:17 a.m., Daniel opened his phone and saw a message he couldn't ignore. It simply said, "Your future is being destroyed by your habits." No name. No explanation. Just those words glowing in the dark room like a warning from another universe. Was somebody watching him, or was this something even stranger? The next morning, Daniel did something completely out of character. He woke up before sunrise. No motivation. No excitement. Just pure desperation. And if you've ever felt trapped by your own mind, hit like and subscribe, because this story might change how you see your own life forever. But Daniel still had no idea what was waiting for him. At first, discipline felt small. Making the bed. Cold showers. 10 push-ups. Reading 1 page. Tiny actions nobody would celebrate. But strange things started happening. His thoughts became quieter. His energy shifted. People began treating him differently. And that's when Daniel discovered a terrifying truth about human nature. The moment Daniel became serious about improving himself, people got uncomfortable. Friends mocked his routines. Coworkers rolled their eyes. Even family members questioned him. Why? Because discipline forces others to confront their own excuses. And deep down, Daniel realized something painful: not everybody wanted him to win. One night, Daniel almost quit. Rain slammed against his apartment windows while he sat alone staring at a half-eaten pizza. "None of this matters," he whispered. His old habits were calling him back like ghosts from another life. And for a moment, he nearly surrendered to them completely. But then he noticed something strange. His journal was still open on the desk. One sentence stared directly at him. "Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most." Daniel froze. Because he couldn't remember writing it. Who wrote those words, and why did they feel like a warning? The next day, Daniel deleted every distraction from his phone. Social media. Games. Endless scrolling. Suddenly the silence became unbearable. No dopamine. No escape. Just him alone with his thoughts for the first time in years. And what he discovered inside himself was far darker than he imagined. Daniel realized he wasn't addicted to entertainment. He was addicted to avoiding pain. Every distraction had been hiding one terrifying fear. What if he never became the person he dreamed of becoming? That question haunted him during workouts, during meals, even during sleep. And then came the first major twist nobody saw coming. 3 weeks into his new routine, Daniel lost his job. Just like that. No warning. No backup plan. His bank account was nearly empty. Friends disappeared overnight. And suddenly discipline no longer felt inspirational, it felt like survival. Was the universe testing him, or punishing him? Most people expected Daniel to collapse. Honestly, part of him expected it too. But instead of quitting, he doubled down. He woke up earlier. Worked harder. Studied longer. Pain became fuel. And slowly, something terrifying began happening. He stopped recognizing his old self completely. Weeks turned into months. Daniel's body transformed. His confidence sharpened. His eyes carried a focus people found intimidating. But success came with a hidden cost nobody talks about. The more disciplined he became, the lonelier his life started to feel. And then somebody from his past suddenly returned. An old friend named Marcus showed up unexpectedly. Same clothes. Same habits. Same excuses. Marcus laughed at Daniel's routines and called him obsessed. But during their conversation, Daniel noticed fear hidden behind Marcus's smile. A fear he used to carry himself. And what Marcus said next changed the entire story. Marcus leaned closer and whispered, "You're becoming someone people can't control anymore." Daniel laughed nervously, but Marcus wasn't joking. Because discipline changes more than your schedule. It changes your standards, your mindset, your relationships. And suddenly Daniel realized why certain people wanted him distracted all along. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. He replayed every failed friendship in his head. Every moment someone encouraged him to stay average. Was it intentional? Or were they simply afraid to evolve themselves? The deeper Daniel thought about it, the more isolated he felt. But isolation was only the beginning. Months later, Daniel achieved something impossible. He launched his own business from a tiny apartment with barely enough money to survive. Nobody believed it would work. But discipline had trained him to keep moving even without motivation. And then, out of nowhere, a shocking email arrived at 4 a.m. The email contained one sentence. "We've been watching your progress." No company name. No signature. Just that line. Daniel's hand started shaking. Who was watching him? How did they know his journey? And why did this feel less like opportunity, and more like a warning? The email contained one sentence. "We've been watching your progress." No company name. No signature. Just that line. Daniel's hand started shaking. Who was watching him? How did they know his journey? And why did this feel less like opportunity, and more like a warning? Most people, the man said, are controlled by comfort. Food. Distractions. Fear. Approval. But once a person controls themselves, society loses its grip on them. Daniel sat there speechless. Because suddenly his entire life started making sense. And the next revelation hit even harder. Daniel realized discipline was never about waking up early. It wasn't about workouts or productivity hacks. It was about reclaiming ownership of his mind. Every small habit had been rebuilding his identity piece by piece. And for the first time in years, he felt truly free. But freedom came with one terrifying responsibility. There was no going back. No returning to the old version of himself. Because once you see how much time you've wasted, it haunts you forever. Daniel began noticing people sleepwalking through life everywhere he went. Scrolling endlessly. Complaining constantly. Running from discomfort. And he wondered, had he been doing the same thing all along? One morning before sunrise, Daniel stood alone on a rooftop watching the city wake up beneath him. Thousands of lights flickered in the darkness. Millions of people chasing dreams they might never reach. And Daniel understood something heartbreaking. Most people lose their future one comfortable decision at a time. But what happened next stunned even him. His business exploded online almost overnight. Money finally arrived. Recognition followed. People suddenly praised the same discipline they once mocked. But Daniel noticed something disturbing. The world only respects transformation after it becomes visible. Nobody applauds the lonely nights before success. And that realization changed how he saw everyone. Daniel started mentoring young men who felt lost just like he once did. Some listened carefully. Others quit after 3 days. Why? Because discipline sounds powerful in conversation, but terrifying in practice. It demands sacrifice, patience, consistency. And most people break the moment results don't appear instantly. But Daniel had learned a secret they hadn't. Results are invisible at first. That's what makes discipline so brutal. You work in silence. You suffer in silence. You improve in silence. And for a long time, nothing changes. Until suddenly everything changes at once. That was the moment Daniel realized persistence creates miracles nobody can predict. Years after that terrifying night in front of the mirror, Daniel opened his old journal again. Inside, he found the same mysterious sentence. Your future is being destroyed by your habits. But beneath it, new words had appeared. Now your future is being built by your discipline. Daniel's heart stopped, because he still had no memory of writing either message. Who wrote them? Was it Daniel during a forgotten breakdown? A hidden cry for help from his past self? Or something even stranger? He may never know. But one truth became impossible to deny: discipline didn't just change his life. It saved it from destruction. And yet, one final question still remains. Tonight, somewhere in the world, another person is staring at their ceiling at 2 a.m., knowing their life is slipping away. Maybe they're waiting for motivation. Maybe they're waiting for the perfect time. But what if the real answer is discipline? And what if ignoring that truth costs them everything? Because sometimes the scariest prison is the comfortable life you never escape from.